I know it's been a mission on your side in terms of this commerce platform around marketing, building more of that into what the team is doing. Can you expand on that a little bit with us?
Yeah, sure. It's a common early error when building a marketplace to think if we build it, they will come. And there's a lot of under the covers components that are needed in order to make a marketplace thrive, right? You can't just aggregate supply and demand and expect liquidity. You need to make connections, you need to make matching. And our early assessment is that the Microsoft ecosystem is tremendous and has great power, but the investment in these underlying connection capabilities up to this point has been somewhat of an underinvestment. And this is one of the learnings that our team has wrapped around. So you think about leads. Leads are super important to you, but how do we make leads smart? And when I say smart, I mean smart, as in specific and meaningful and accurate and reliable, right? Wow. So this is not someone who's just gone to a webinar and is 6 months away from making a buy decision. How do we make them timely, right? S-M-A-R-T, right? So the main focus for us is to take the data that we have and use those signals to figure that out. Because we know how many times has this particular customer engaged with not just the product content for your company, potentially, but the category and the themes and the product solutions within a specific subcategory. So we could use those signals to drive the right routing and the right surfacing at the right time.
At the right time.
Yeah.
At the right time. Like how many times you've gotten, and anybody in the room has been in sales before and gotten a lead and said they're junk, I'm throwing them away. Has that ever happened to anyone? We named this event Sparking the Ecosystem for a reason, because I felt like this was a point in time. I go back 12 plus years ago, speaking to channel partners about the cloud, and people looking at me like deer in the headlights saying, what, the cloud? We're going to sell computers and bags and all kinds of stuff. And I feel like we're at that same point with Marketplace where maybe the ecosystem needs to be sparked. You made some big announcements around not only just transactable offers, but multi-party private offers.
Yes.
I know our next session is going to dive in on that. But I think this is an important time, right? I want to talk with you about that and get your perspective on it, because especially as I look at it, I want to take this like left to right here, I guess. An ISV has a solution. They might sell directly to a customer themselves, but they co-sell with Microsoft. But then they have this, and many of them in the room here have big channels. They have maybe up to 31,000 partners. And that's how they get to this SMC, acre of diamonds, that we talked about yesterday with Kevin. How does MPO help them get there?
Yeah, gosh, and our apologies for keeping you away from that acre of diamonds for so long. Yes, so we now have what we call MPO, or multi-party offers. We know it's essential for customers who rely on channel partners to be able to close the deal. Making that easier, making that even possible, I should say, then easier, is a focus for us. And so we launched multi-party offers. We have a number of partners and channel partners, ISVs and partners that are working together to light that up. It's actually one of our fastest growing offer types, just in one quarter already. So we're super excited by it. It's currently just in North America or US. So we're actively working on pushing that internationally. So UK and Canada next, and then rest of the world. Nice. We know that's super important because many of you probably are exclusively channel partner integrated for your international sales, right? And so we know that that's something that's needed.
Nice.
And then I know Jason and Greg are going to do a deeper dive on MPO in the next session.
Good.
But this is super critical for us. We know the functionality roadmap is not yet complete.
Yeah.
But we have to get it out there, and folks are using it quite prodigiously right now.
It's a big moment as well. You being here, and I know you've been doing meetings with partners that are here. We have a lot of important partners in the room here today too. So I know that you're getting feedback from them.
Oh yeah.
And the next iteration, and you've got a lot of perspective on this. So great to have your leadership there.
Thank you.
But we couldn't leave today's session without talking about the other topic in the room that's been so important, and that's AI, right? I mean, Kevin did such a great job yesterday talking about it, right? But let's get your perspective on this.
Yeah, so AI is a very natural extension of our cloud estate. We have the data products and the intelligence products. It's a critical and important part for our consumption strategy. We think there's a ton of innovation in the marketplace that is yet to be found. And our goal is to provide that platform for developers and ISVs and partners alike like yourself to be able to take the primitive capability that we have and build upon it. And we think it's an incredibly new day for us. If you think about the mobile transition or migration 15 years ago, when you were using your StarTAC or your Nokia phone, and the apps on those phones, if you ever even downloaded an app on your StarTAC phone, were very rudimentary. Like a calculator, I remember, was a big deal on the StarTAC phone. Like you could go to a WebSocket browser and download it, and wow, you had a calculator on your phone. And think of what became of mobile. Think of the phones in your pocket and all of the apps on there. No one back then could have predicted how broad and how flexible that market would be. We see AI as the same. And so for us, we know that 63% of ISVs that are joining the ISV Success Program are expressing an interest to build with AI. We just announced earlier this year, ISVs in the ISV Success Program have access to Azure OpenAI and Azure Cognitive Services. We're providing trainings and we're answering questions. We've actually gotten some really good feedback from folks who said, hey, we were trying to bang our heads getting in the door to get on an AI pilot, and we couldn't do it. We joined ISV Success, and we had our first meeting 5 days after that and kicked that off. So we know how critical that is. We have invested in it. My team is actually working on using AI internally ourselves, both in the way we work on a daily basis. We've become practitioners, as well as the products that we're building. In fact, one of the things we're all a trusted audience here.
Yes, yes.
We're working on is making it easier to find solutions using generative AI search. So internally, we're saying, hey, healthcare, firewall, co-sell eligible, and we can actually return those results. Everyone wants their hands on this tool. That's another one as well.
Yes.
But think of searching in the marketplace. Some of you likely search for your own offerings and have trouble finding it. Ugh, that's so painful. So we need to fix search, and we are working on that. But imagine the interplay of AI, solutions finding, and search on the marketplace. It's a game changer.